Hi YouTube, this is Brianna and I am going to try and do a tutorial on this look. This was the look I did in my Hot for Halloween week 9 video, I'm pretty sure. So if you remember, you can go check out that video. I'm not going to do my hair this time. What I did in the video was really quite literally just take a very small curling iron and just curl it into 1,000 curls, and that was it. If you guys like it, let me know. I think I might do another video soon. I'd like to get better editing equipment so I can kind of speed up and slow things down and things like that. That way it would be easier for me to do videos. If you like it, if you do this look, let me know how it works out. And if you make a video response, because I mean, that's my addiction, is watching other people do makeup. So if you do this look, I want to see how you do it. So yes, without further ado, here is the tutorial. Before I get started, I want to show you really quick all the stuff that I'm going to use. I use a bunch of different brushes, but these are all makeup brushes, but they're really cheap. I buy a bunch of these really cheap eyeshadow brushes. They're really good for painting smaller places on your face. Also, you're gonna need some type of cheap black lining things to make your lines. I like to use eyeliners because it's easier to get a better line. Red lipstick of some kind for your lips, and face paint. And for the face paint, I have a couple different kinds that I go between. I have this Kryolan aqua color. It's like a small paint palette, and you add water to your brush, and it's really highly pigmented. It goes a long way, and then when it dries on your face, it's matte. And so it's nice because then it doesn't come off very easily. I also use grease paint because it's a little bit easier to use when you're painting. It doesn't dry so fast, and so that's kind of nice. I go back and forth between the two. As you can see, I already have my contacts in. It's best to do that before, because once you have all the makeup on your face, it's really hard to put your contacts in. Also, you'll need eyelashes if you want to add eyelashes. If you use grease paint for putting on the white part of your face, which maybe I'll do today just to show you, I use baby powder to set it. So let's get started. This is typical, this is regular theater clown makeup that I'm going to use for my face. For the face, because I know I'm going to have patches in certain areas, I don't have to cover my whole face with white. Only the places that are not going to be covered with patches. That's all. I find it's really nice to use a brush when I'm putting on the grease paints, because then you can really feather it out until it's just a really thin layer on your face, and then you avoid all of the streaking that you get if it's too thick. For your lips, when you're putting on your white makeup, later on we're going to make our lips a little shorter, and so it's okay to cover. You don't have to cover your whole lip, it's not necessary, but if you cover the corners of your lips now, it's okay. Also, we're going to line our face with a line, and so you don't have to cover any of your neck. Okay, and now with a big fluffy brush, this is the baby powder. I just take a little bit on my brush. Whatever you do, don't brush, just pounce it onto your face, because if you brush it, then you're going to get the makeup all over this brush. And once you have that base set up, you want to outline the shapes that you want on your face, and you can do whatever you want. It's patchwork. That's the point. You want patchwork. Something else I wanted to say before you get started, I would come up with some ideas of some different fabrics or different patterns that you like, that you could do easily, and I would draw them out, and I would put all the colors out on a palette, like with colored pencils or something, so that you can see which colors you like together. So I just start drawing an outline of what I want, just a really light line of how I would want the patches to go. So I have my patches all drawn out. And now it's the fun part. Now you start filling in your colors. What I do is I start with the base color for everything. You don't have to worry too much about around your eye because we can go in at the end with regular black makeup and eyeliner and do all of that. Don't worry about the edges between the lines either because we're going to line that with black later on as well. Okay, so now we have our bases down. I'm going to start adding my details. Now I know a lot of the details that I want to add are white. And so I'm going to start with that. On this one right here, I'm going to do little flowers. And so I'm going to do the petals first. So what I did on this one last time was I put little white dots because it's the quickest thing to do. So I'm just going to do that again. You have a lot of time. You could do paisleys. If you have stencils, you can do anything. I am just going to do dots. I'm using the end of my brush to make the dots for the yellow. I'm sure there's some amazing artists out there that could make some amazing things on their face, so I look forward to whatever you guys come up with. Here I'm just making some hash marks. Here I'm going to do like a plaid, I think. Now to line it, today I'm going to try a little bit with this black eyeliner. A finishing thing that I did on my face was I lined all along the edge of my face so it looked more like a mask, like it had been sewn onto my face. Okay, now for the best part, the stitching. And I found that if you alternate between straight hashes and diagonally, because you're a mess, you're not supposed to look like all neat and tidy patchwork face. You're supposed to look like someone's hand stitched you all together. So that is complete. Above this eye, I put a little bit of eyeshadow to darken it up. Just right up to the bone, because then that kind of hollows your eye out a little bit, like all like. Now on the other eye, I'm just going to use a regular pencil line. And the black eyeshadow again. I can't finish the look without lashes, so I need the lashes. Put on some bottom ones. I have these little guys. And I put it a little bit below. You can see the lid is down here a little bit. To kind of open it up a little bit. On the top lashes, I'm going to use these today. In my video, I used these lashes. Can you see them? And they're really a pain to put on, and they're really heavy. And so we're going to try something else today. And they're also really expensive and hard to find. So I thought for general purposes, for you guys out there that want to try it, I'll try these ones. These are cheaper ones that I got just at the drugstore. So when I put on my eyelashes, I like to keep it out on the edge and press it up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so the eyelashes are on, the face is done. Now the last thing we're gonna do is your lips. I draw them on first with a red lip liner, and then I fill in what I draw. As you can see, I've taken away the edges of my lips. Now I'm gonna use this really red lipstick. The last final thing that I did after doing this was I added some stitching to my lips. So, there it is. There's my look.